Hi and welcome to Select 10. If you're looking for a list of the best sci-fi movies that you might have missed, you've clicked on the right video. We have selected the best 10 mind-blowing sci-fi films with outstanding fresh concepts that will stick with you long after you've seen them. This list contains a mix of undiscovered old and recent sci-fi movies, so make sure to watch the entire video to avoid missing any of them. Now let's start the video. Number 10. The Machine. It is a 2013 sci-fi thriller film directed by Caradog W. James. The film is set in the near future when the Defense Department is about to create the first advanced AI soldier in existence. The main plot revolves around researcher Vincent, who works in an army facility constructing AI technology for the Ministry of Defense by utilizing soldiers close to death in his trials. But his true objective is to uncover a treatment for his Rett disorder daughter Mary. When Vincent meets Ava, a scientist who has created an advanced technology, he offers her to work for the Department of Defense with him, and together they start to develop the world's only self-aware AI system to help mankind. But things go horribly wrong when the British military army takes their technology to develop mechanized weapons. While the plot and the performances are solid and believable in this film, the action and CGI are just average, which is to be expected given the low budget. The Machine succeeds in telling a credible, enjoyable, and intriguing science fiction story that will captivate its viewers on various levels, and the movie has a 6 rating on IMDb. Number 9. Europa Report. It is a sci-fi mystery film directed by Sebastian Cordero. The film opens with Dr. Samantha Unger, the founder of Europa Enterprises, narrating the story of the Europa 1 expedition, in which 6 explorers depart on a privately sponsored trip to Jupiter's moon, Europa, in search of possibly life-supporting environments. However, their peaceful journey quickly evolves into a nightmare when a geomagnetic storm strikes the ship, cutting off connection with Earth. Despite these setbacks, the crew of the spacecraft proceeds on its trip to Europa and discovers overwhelming signs of life, which will forever alter their lives. If you are looking for typical sci-fi action or creatures, you should avoid this film. It's a realistic sci-fi story that was shot in a documentary style, and at times you might even feel you're in the scene with the crew. Despite its flaws, the entire film managed to hold my interest. Although the editing is great, not much is actually shown, leaving much of it to the viewer's imagination, which gives the impression that it is unsatisfactory. But it's worth watching if you like science fiction. And the movie has a 6.4 rating on IMDb. Number 8. LFO. It is a sci-fi drama film directed by Antonio Tublin. The story follows Robert Nord, an insecure man who spends the bulk of his time in his cellar, experimenting with his instruments. But one day, after a disagreement with his wife Clara, whom he accuses of being unfaithful to him, he retreats to the basement and uncovers a means to hypnotize people using sound. He begins testing on his neighbors and, falling prey to seduction, quickly misuses his power, causing things to escalate out of hand, which inevitably leads to highly unpredictable consequences. Given all of that, this film is not for everyone. It is a unique combination of science and mystical mind control, and easily a refined work of cerebral, experimental sci-fi with an original concept that will keep viewers interested throughout the entire film while also making them laugh a lot. And the movie has a 6.6 rating on IMDb. Number 7. Cargo. It is a sci-fi thriller film set in 2270 when Earth has been entirely wasted and people with money relocate to the planet Rey while the majority of mankind lives in orbit and space stations. In order to generate money to see her sister, Ariane, in Rey, Dr. Laura Portman chooses to work on board the merchant ship Cassandra during an 8-year journey to Station 42, which is in the space of RH-278. However, 3 years and 8 months later, on her security patrols across the curiously deserted ship, Laura begins to sense that they are not alone. What comes next is a mission of exploration in the chilly, dark cargo compartment, which leads to tragedy. The film offers several unexpected twists and turns, and the backdrop of the transport ship adds to the tension and excitement of the drama. Yes, it will remind you of the film like Alien and the Moon, and you should not expect much from the plot, but if you watch it with an open mind, you might enjoy it. And the movie has a 6.1 rating on IMDb. Number 6. The Infinite Man. It is a sci-fi romance comedy film directed by Hugh Sullivan. The plot centers on Dean, a young entrepreneur who is obsessed with creating the ideal romantic getaway and record all of his girlfriend Lana's joyful moments. However, his plan is derailed when his partner's violent ex-boyfriend shows up without warning, and Dean is then forced to create a time-traveling device to go back to the precise moment the event took place in order to stop it from occurring. As a consequence, madness begins, and the three people are stuck in an endless psychological time vortex. It is an excellent movie about the conflict between romance and time travel, and it is unquestionably another high-concept, low-budget sci-fi movie that not many people are aware of. If you enjoy time travel, mysteries, and seeing puzzles come together, you'll enjoy this film. And the movie has a 6.2 rating on IMDb. Number 5. Cosmos. It is a sci-fi mystery thriller film directed by Elliot and Xander Weave. The plot centers on Harry Knight and his two buddies, Roy Kennedy and Mike Webster, as they travel to a remote location for an astronomical expedition. Meanwhile, Mike, a new member of the team, who is working on computer software for private radar systems, finds radio signals in the water hole that seem to have an unusual origin. Surprised by this bizarre occurrence, the team sends a message and is shocked when the source transmits the same response back to them. Recognizing that this could be the first encounter with alien life, they attempt to gather evidence, but what they take to be a communication from an alien society far away turns out to be even more unbelievable than they could have ever dreamed. This is one of the most thrilling films on this list, and it's not a usual first alien contact story where we expect to see mind-blowing visuals or out-of-this-world alien planets. Sometimes, it's the concept that gets under your skin, and this film achieves that brilliantly. If you want to see something different, look no further than this. And the movie has a 6 rating on IMDb. Number 4. Time Lapse. It is a sci-fi thriller film directed by Bradley D. King. The plot revolves around a group of friends who find a machine that can photograph things 24 hours in the future. The gang starts using the device to win racing bets, and things proceed smoothly until one day when each friend starts to be more selfish than the other. After they utilize it for their own benefit, frightening and hazardous pictures start to appear, which causes them to lose trust in one another and creates a sense of disloyalty, while ugly realities emerge in the images, making the situation immediately spiral out of control. Although it may sometimes be confusing, the storyline in this film is brilliant and explores fresh perspectives on time travel. It manages to keep you interested the entire time with its surprising twists and turns. And the movie has a 6.5 rating on IMDb. Number 3. These Final Hours. It is a sci-fi apocalyptic thriller film directed by Zach Hilditch. The movie is set in Perth and starts 10 minutes after the planet has been struck by an asteroid in the North Atlantic, enabling the inevitable worldwide wildfire to spread throughout the entire planet in 12 hours. While everyone is either losing their minds, attending a party, or just waiting for the awful end, James is going to the doomsday celebration, prepared to endure it rather than just wait for everything to end. But James' easy plan takes a surprising turn when he finds himself in a situation to atone for his sins by saving the life of a teenage girl named Rose, who asks James to accompany her to her aunt's house so that she might meet her father at the end. It is a highly emotional film with a dose of realism, gritty people, and a wild environment full of fear, and at points it is an absolute frenzy. It is a must-see for sci-fi and post-apocalyptic fans. And the movie has a 6.6 rating on IMDb. Number 2. Little Fish. It is a science fiction romantic drama film based on the short story of the same name. The story takes place in a near-future Seattle that is on the verge of disaster because of a weird virus called neuroinflammatory affliction that is spreading around the globe and causing severe memory loss. In the middle of a pandemic that causes people's memories to vanish, the main story focuses on a couple, Jude Williams and Emma Ryerson, who are dealing with the consequences of the outbreak, mixed with recollections from the prior, as the two met and their love develops. But, as the infection increases its grip on humanity and one of them gets infected, the distinction between what's true and what's fake is blurred as the couple struggles to maintain their marriage. Imagine a pilot flying a plane who suddenly becomes sick with a memory loss virus and forgets how to land the plane. It will be scary, right? Overall, it's a beautiful love story that delivers a powerful impact. It's sensitive, depressing, and suspenseful, but it's also filled with the energy of life and the strength of hope. And the movie has a 6.9 rating on IMDb. Number 1. Free Guy. It is a sci-fi action comedy film starring Ryan Reynolds and Jodie Comer in the lead roles. The plot revolves around Guy, a bank employee, who realizes he is a non-player avatar in the massively multiplayer internet game called Free City. But things start to change for him when he encounters the girl of his desires, who turns out to be a human player, and her interactions with him have a major impact on his life, the game, and the actual reality as they play it. However, when they learn that the game is about to be shut down, the guy chooses to partner up with a girl player and starts a race against the clock to preserve the game and his friends from destruction by the game developer. People were not expecting much from this film when the trailer was released, but it exceeded everyone's expectations with its brilliantly executed interesting story and gives you non-stop entertainment from start to finish. Even if you are not a lover of video games, you will love this film for its comedy and story. And the movie has a 7.1 rating on IMDb. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.